Hey guys, so just a little bit ago, I just got home like an hour ago. I took a shower and everything, but before then, our church does this thing. Apparently, this is my first time doing it. My church does this thing where they go door to door, handing out goodie bags and whatnot, and just spreading the word that there's gonna be a Christmas Eve service. So a service right the day before Christmas Eve, which is 2 days away. Today's Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. Oh wait, no. Today's Thursday. Or no. Why do I keep thinking it's Thursday today? Today's Wednesday. No, actually 3 days away. So, on topic, today's Wednesday, and the service is on Saturday, which is Christmas Eve's Eve. I wasn't planning on going. While me and Sahara were talking about it yesterday, which was Tuesday, I didn't plan on going until I realized that we could possibly have Mr. F's neighborhood, which isn't too far from my house, actually, or the town of so-and-so. I'm not gonna say the location because I don't want y'all to find me. So after I just realized that I said that I wanted to go, because I did, and if we didn't get his neighborhood, because we were all assigned a neighborhood to go to, and we were all in groups of 4. So at that point, I realized, as I was thinking, oh, what if we get Mr. F's neighborhood? Then I thought it was okay if we didn't. I still wanted to go. Anyways, because it would be a fun time, a fun thing my church is doing. I was trying to find out the details once I agreed to going, because I didn't know much about it. I just knew at that point that they just posted a Facebook post about it, and that was literally it. So I was trying to get details from Sahara, because she was at the church for some Bloom class she's taking, her and her mom are taking. Even though she told me the details, I got super confused, so I was gonna DM the pastor's wife on Facebook, but I already messaged her and was waiting for a reply back. But in the meantime, I wasn't gonna message her because I don't wanna bother her. I finally decided I don't wanna bother people with too many text messages. So I was just gonna wait until she replied to ask her some really specific questions to get some details, because I was already super confused, but she never replied, so I didn't get the details. So I was just basically going off what Sahara was telling me. The next morning, while I was in my second hour, which is math, I got text from the church staff saying that they were so excited for me to come to church, blah blah blah. So I was thinking, oh shoot, maybe Sahara put me on the list, because there was a list of people who were gonna come, And I was like, now I have to show up, which is fine. I want to anyways. It's gonna be fun, but I don't know, finding out details would be so much work. This is my thoughts in second hour, by the way. So anyway, I haven't gotten a reply from her all day. I finally decided, okay, I don't care if I think I'm bailing at the last minute. I'm going. Like, there's no buts, there's no whatever. So, oh, and the message said too that they will give us more instructions at the church where we were put into groups and getting our assigned neighborhood, which made me feel a lot better, because as confused as I was, if you were me, then you would understand why that felt so relieving. So no reply all day. Decided I was officially going. That was it. That was end of story. So the thing was at 6 p.m. but we had to leave around 5 to get there. And as soon as I got there, there was literally, I saw no one in the building except for this one person that I've already told you about in that super busy and fun day video where we went to the arcade and everything. The woman me and Sahara were riding in the car with. So anyway, I saw her and I was like, I didn't question anything for a while when we were talking, but finally I was like, so where is everybody? And she had no idea either. And she thought there was something going on upstairs. Anyway, after a while, trying to figure that out, and peace and quiet, which is my number one favorite, me and her went upstairs to see what was going on, if there was anybody up there, and there was. So I got in the church service room where they had the service, or they usually have the services. And I was looking for the pastor's wife, because usually she's at church, because she works there. Obviously, our pastors, I am so confused. I'm confusing myself. Anyway, she works there. End of story. Long story short, I was looking for her because I thought she was gonna be there right away, but she wasn't. Neither was... Wait, no, I think the pastor was there already, because he needed to open the church for everyone to get in, I think. because he has the main keys to the church building. Anyway, I was trying to find her in the crowds of people that were in there already. I couldn't find her, so I was looking around for a bit just to see if I missed an area of people. But shortly after, I saw her arrive. I saw her just arrive at church to come upstairs. Whatever I'm saying. I don't know. But anyway, she arrived. And when she arrived, we kind of got things started. We started off with a prayer. Sahara wasn't there yet because her dad was planning on taking her to the church. She wasn't there yet. We were kind of starting to get an announcement, and I was kind of scared. But we were in the middle of the prayer, and then she arrived, so I wasn't so scared at that point. So we got into instructions, and the instructions actually were more clear than Sahara. No offense, girl. You're helpful, but not that helpful, you know. After instructions were clear, the pastor told us to get in groups of 4 adults who would be driving us to, like, the neighborhoods or whatever. And I honestly, like, felt like I was at school because my teachers, or every high school teachers or whatever, every teacher asks us to sometimes get in groups of 4. And I thought that was funny because, yeah, I don't know why I thought that was funny. I was kind of looking around to see if anybody would come up to us to see if we wanted to be in their group like I do at school, which was kind of funny to me. Again, I don't know why I thought it was funny, but I thought it was funny. I was looking around to see if anybody would come up to us, whatever, because Sarah was staying there, Frozen 2. And the pastor's wife, and the pastor, and this one other lady, I don't remember her name. I mean, I can't say her name, but I actually don't remember her name. Came up to, or asked us if we want to be in their group. And so I said sure, because I don't know. So finally we picked up these, like, garbage bags of goodie bags. They were just in garbage bags to hold them, whatever. And we got our assigned neighborhood. We were mapping all that out, whatever. We said one last prayer as a group together, and then we split up. I and Sahara were going with the pastor's wife. The pastor was going with the other lady's husband. Did I say me and Sahara were went with the pastor's wife? I think I have, but if I haven't, yeah. Anyway, we got it all sorted out, and I'm sorry again. So we were both, me and Sarah, I almost said her name. I am so sorry if you're watching this. I don't I doubt that you're watching this, but I am so sorry for almost saying your name. Let's just call us We Girls. Because, yeah, I don't want to accidentally say another name. So We Girls headed to her car. It felt so weird to get in her car and drive off to the assigned neighborhood we were going to. And the other lady that went with us, that was in our group, drove separately with her husband, I think. No, I think the other lady that was with us went separately because her husband wasn't with our group. So there could have been no way that he was riding with her. He must have rode with the pastor, because they were in the same group, but actually I don't know what happened. It doesn't matter. So when we got there, the other lady got there before us. We were supposed to meet her there because, yeah, I don't think the pastor's wife really knew where she was going. Not saying that in a bad way. I'm just saying she didn't know where she was going because it wasn't a familiar neighborhood, I don't think, to her. We both got out of each car, and we were off to hand out goodie bags to houses and say, basically, like, we're with so-and-so church, and we're gonna do a Christmas Eve service on Saturday. And yeah, most of the houses that we went to, there were people home, but they just didn't answer the door. Me and Sarah were kind of just laughing at that in the pastor's wife's car. But I'll get into that in a second. But there was still a good amount that answered the door when we knocked. I almost said her name again. Oh my gosh, what is actually wrong with me? So I stayed with the pastor's wife the whole time and followed her around, basically, while Sahara went to both the pastor's wife and the other lady that was in our group. So she kind of like switched. But I stayed with the pastor's wife the whole entire time. And I didn't know this, but the pastor's wife actually knows that I struggle with my balance. So she kept that in mind, which is kind of good because, which is kind of good because I was stumbling. Like, you could even tell I was stumbling. Like, I was literally all over the place. She kept that in mind the whole entire time. So, if you're watching, I doubt you're watching this, but if you're watching, a big thank you for understanding. And she even told the other lady about my disorder, aka Joubert's syndrome. The pastor's wife was super respectful of my balance issues too. Like, every time she would catch me stumbling. She would be like, she would offer me like a hand or something. And yeah, people don't notice those things, but apparently I was stumbling so hard that she noticed. Apparently, so again, thank you for respecting it. We had to empty out the whole bag until we were done. So when we were done, when we got to that point where the bag was empty, when we were done, we went back to the pastor's wife's van, car, whatever you want to call it, whatever it is. Obviously we had to walk a ways because she parked right at the start of that street where the neighborhood started. Which, by the way, didn't seem like a lot of walking, but I think it was a lot of walking because we were talking a lot, so that's how I know. It was probably a long distance, but my legs could handle it. Didn't seem that far. I mean, I walked the lake a lot of times in the past, and that's 5 miles. So I could handle it. As we got back to her car, we all jumped in, and when we were about to leave, the pastor's wife's the pastor, what am I talking about? I don't even know. It's late. The pastor and the other lady's husband were, so apparently they know this guy. I'm not gonna say his name for privacy reasons, but apparently they know this guy, and they were supposed to be handing out cookies and like the goodie bag stuff at like houses like we've been doing. But they only got 3 done before they stopped at this friend's house and were there for the whole entire time. So that was really funny because while we stayed in the car, the pastor's wife was helping the pastor hand out the cookies or the goodie bags until it was all gone. So he wasn't doing his job like he was supposed to, so we could get out of there. Bro, where did she even go? She just left. Don't worry, everything's fine, Mom. I even heard the whole phone conversation between the pastor and the pastor's wife about the pastor. The pastor told her that he only got 3 goodie bags in or out of the bag because he was at this friend's house. And I almost said his name, but good thing I didn't. Anyway, I'm getting off topic here. So back on topic. We got to the car van thing, whatever you want to call it. And we tried to get out there, but the pastor still needed to hand out his goodie bags, but the goodie bags were full. So the pastor's wife just left us in the car while she helped him hand out the goodie bags. And me and Sahara didn't realize what was going on. So we were both confused why she got out and just left us. because she got into the... Okay, so this other lady that was in our group too. The other lady, I kept naming other lady. The other lady's car was in front of our car, and the pastor's wife walked over and got into her car, and the other lady was driving not very far. It was just, we could still see the car, but we were both in the car like, where is she going? Did she just get kidnapped or something? She just left in the car in front of us. And then they both got out of the car and did this weird, like, I don't even know. They, like, just disappeared for a second. And we were both like, what in the world are they doing? Because we were just left in a car. I don't even know where they were. Because they weren't in our sight. So, but I think they were, like, just by the car, just not in front of the car where we could see them. So we got a little show for the night. We were both laughing. But we're just over here giggling about this. And towards the end of this whole show thing, the pastor and the pastor's wife and the other lady were plotting something out. It looked like they were plotting something out. Or planning something out. Because they were all huddled in a circle. We were both laughing at that also. I didn't know what they were doing until I saw they were all huddled in the something mirror, the rear view mirror. Now I know why rear view mirrors are handy. I didn't understand the purpose of them until tonight. And then pastor's wife saw her home first and then took me home, which I kind of thought was nice because she never took me home before. She took Sahara home a bunch of times, but she hasn't took me home once in my life. So that was kind of weird / nice. And now here I am with a broken... I didn't even realize this thing was broken. I have my phone on this ring light that's like heart-shaped. I think I told you this. I think I told you about it or mentioned it in my past videos, but apparently it's broken. I didn't even realize it was broken. But the light won't turn on. So that's nice, because I really liked it, and I haven't turned it on in a while. But bye, guys.